I bought the Panasonic EXENA. This is USB-C charging. It's 850 RPMs. This is only a single speed. Forward and reverse are done with buttons, and it's got an LED. And it has no bit wobble, or at least it's very low. Here's the C6. If you haven't seen my other videos on this vessel electric screwdriver, I've taken this one apart, I've modified it. It had horrible bit wobble. This is 3 speeds. It uses a slider. It's electronic speed control with pushing the button here, and it's USB-C charging, and this one is made in Japan. The Panasonic is made in China. This one tops out at 400 RPMs. The higher RPM on this one is the higher torque. So for the remainder of this video, I'm going to leave this one in the highest speed, which has the highest torque. The Panasonic came with the charging cable, and these 2 bits were included. The vessel also came with a charging cable and 1 bit. And yes, we are going to test the Makita bitpeace in these. Both of these have the deeper 13 millimeter chucks that receive the 13 millimeter Japanese anvil bits. So these chucks are deeper than a typical American Milwaukee DeWalt power tool chuck that's made for these smaller bit anvils. Okay, so if you don't know, this is a longer Japanese anvil, and that's the shorter E6 that's more common in the rest of the world. So the Japanese anvil is different, and these are made for the Japanese anvil. So is this Makita pen impact as well. That also has the 13 millimeter chuck on here as well. But this video isn't really about this. I'm mostly comparing these. I added this for visual interest, and there's some comparisons that I want to make with this tool. But this video is not a review of this tool. For some reason, this C6 style bit that goes all the way down inside this chuck is the worst for bit wobble. Viewers wanted to know if the Makita bitpeace, does it take out the bit wobble, because this bit does not fit as far into the chuck now. It actually does reduce the wobble. I'm not going to get into detail about the Makita bitpeace. I have a separate video for that. But the bit doesn't lock in here. If I take the bitpeace out, then the bit will lock in here. With the Makita bitpeace in here, an E6 bit does lock. And this is and the bit wobble isn't too bad. Keep in mind that I have modified this one. Okay, so it had worse bit wobble before I modified it. If we take out the bitpeace, E6 bit, yes, those lock in here, and this is the play that you get. Okay, let's put the bitpiece back in here. Let's put in the E6. You get a little bit less axial play. And this is a Japanese bit with a 13 millimeter offset. Okay, and this is the play in that. Okay, now, okay, in the Panasonic, if we put an E6 bit in here, this is the amount of axial play. It gets a little sloppy. The bit wobble is not too bad. These tend to be a little sloppy. That is actually pretty good accuracy for one of these cheap electric screwdrivers. Okay, a lot of axial play. What's it like with the Makita bitpiece in the Panasonic? Let's put the Makita bitpiece in the Panasonic. We've got an E6 bit. The E6 bit locks. There's less axial play. Okay, so I think it helps. The Panasonic is about 2 times faster, about 850 RPMs. The highest speed on the vessel is 400. So what's the torque like on the Panasonic? I can stop it with 2 fingers. I can stop it with one finger. I know that's not a real scientific torque test. The 1 finger, 2 finger, 3 finger torque test. So here's the vessel on the highest speed, which is the highest torque. I cannot stop it with 1 finger. I cannot stop it with 2 fingers. I can't stop it with 3 fingers. And I can't stop it with 4 fingers. So there is a definite noticeable difference in the torque between these two. This screwdriver would not drive those screws into fresh plastic. So new construction, this one would not do it. I don't have another unused plastic box. This one struggled, but it did do it. This wasn't really very good either. This one was by far the best for getting the screw into fresh plastic. Once the plastic has been run through with the screw, okay, the Panasonic can do it, and then you can see the difference in the speed. Okay, so if you're trying to get work done, so I just ran that screw into the maximum torque that the vessel would do. Now, can the Panasonic remove it? No. The Panasonic can't even remove that. I gotta give it a twist. Neither one of them is better, they're just different. The Panasonic has enough torque to do that, but it struggles with this. Even the vessel is struggling. You got new plastic in there, and these fasteners haven't really been run through on this. And you can see that even this one struggles with it, but it does work. So that might help you get a better idea how weak the Panasonic is. If you're working with metal boxes, this is like the ideal thing for this Panasonic. You're going to be able to run those screws in, run those screws out. So if you're working with the metal boxes, this thing is definitely going to save time. New construction went to fresh plastic. Neither one of these is going to be very good. Working with computers, the Panasonic can't even break that loose. Okay, neither can the vessel. Okay, nope, I got to do a little hand loosen. And do that. That's why this thing, for computers, this thing I just like this thing, even for computers. This is Makita's Pen Impact. Placing a power supply on a computer is a very common task. You've got the screws in the back that go into the power supply. Okay, the vessel got that one loose. I'm actually surprised that the vessel broke those loose, because it doesn't always break those loose. And of course the Panasonic can't break those loose. You got to give it a hand twist, and then it runs it out. Give it a hand twist tight. Whereas this one, I know it's going to run. I guess I prefer this Makita in an application like this just because it's more fun. It's just more capable. But anyway, I showed you that so that you know. So one thing I did not do is, these bits are longer than a typical small C6 bit, and that's how far they go in there. Same on the vessel, okay? Same on the vessel. Just so you know, that's how these things go in there. Okay, so let's put the bit piece. So with the Makita bit piece in there, the vessel impact ball bit does lock. Okay, let's try the Makita bit piece in the Panasonic with the vessel impact ball bit. Yeah, it locks in there. That's about right. I mean, that's not bad. Check the description of the video for all the affiliate links to the Makita bit piece, these electric screwdrivers, the Makita, the vessel bits. I'll put that all in the description of the video. I hope you found that interesting and helpful, and as always, thank you for watching.